And we are live. Welcome back, fans of live reality games. We are here with another special podcast. Yes, we've been having a full schedule this week. I'm finding it hard to keep up with everything, honestly. So we are here with a great staff who will take over for me here in just a moment and introduce themselves. So we are live reality games. We cover everything from actual reality TV shows, and then we do spin-offs and fan-related games, and of course, what we're known for, live reality games. And we're here with the Michigan Mole. If you are not familiar with the series The Mole, we'll go over a little bit of descriptions on it and how the mole is played. And then we'll dive into specifics about exactly Michigan Mole and what makes Michigan Mole so great. I mean, from Michigan myself, I'm like, what's greater than that? So we'll soon find out, folks. Up first, joining us here, while I share this around to all the pages here, Matt Hunt, welcome tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us tonight. It's super exciting for us to finally take off and get this game started. So we appreciate it.
We're excited to have you. Matt, what do you do for like the Michigan Mole? What's your role in this?
Well, basically all the graphics that you've seen, all the videos, things like that, anything on the visual sense is basically all me. I do all that. I love it. I enjoy doing it. And so that has been the majority of my my work input into this season so far. So
very nice. And then joining us, in addition to Matt, of course, we have three other players to get to. Not really players, but production members. We have Courtney. Courtney, welcome.
Hi there. So with the Michigan Mole, I'm mostly with operations, logistics, gameplay. So I help design the games, make sure everyone arrives around time, organizing shuttles, making sure aces are in their places, and overall that everyone has a great time.
I love that description. I love rhyming things too. We have fans chiming in and questions coming up for you folks too. So we'll get back to you in the audience in just a moment, because next up we have Tyler. Tyler, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Same question, of course. Like, what do you do for Michigan Mole?
I'm pretty much what Courtney is. I help run challenges. I'm going to help, just make sure the game runs afloat. I'm one of the co-creators of this game along with Courtney. So she's my right-hand woman. Everything that she's going to do, I'm pretty much going to do.
Nice. Some shared responsibility. You're putting those aces in their places, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Last but not least, Allison, welcome aboard here. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. So what do you do for the mole? Do you do the makeup on this?
A little bit of everything. Bit of everything. So I'm kind of going to be all over the place. So I'm going to help a little bit in the kitchen, going to help a little bit with the games, and I'm probably going to help behind the camera. You're going to see me all over the place. And I must say, this is my first time doing anything with live role play games, and I am super excited to finally meet everybody. So this is going to be a blast. So excited.
I'm already here just for the blast tonight. Like, this is awesome. Great energy. I'm super excited to see this game play out. Now, for people watching at home, they are chiming in, so let's do a quick little shout out here. Pete Morgan. Pete, how are we doing tonight? Caught you earlier on the live video of Surviving Reelfoot. So anybody that's not subscribed to that page yet, go check Surviving Reelfoot out, definitely. Evan says the production crew, stars in his eyes right there. Evan, a great production member and a great player on other things as well. Shout out to Allison specifically from Evan. Welcome,
Thank
Allison.
You.
One of our podcasters too, one of our moderators says, love everyone and can't wait to meet Allison as well too. So hey. And then last but not least, Ben. Ben's name looks really familiar, and I think that Evan guy's name looks familiar with one of the pictures I saw earlier, but we'll get into slight cast introductions in a bit. But beautiful production team. Someone's sucking up to production already. Good job, Ben. Playing the game.
Don't worry, we're not rigging it for anyone, we promise.
Speaking of the game itself, the Mole, it's not like the Survivor. It's not like Big Brother. We're kind of used to. I don't know whoever wants to take the question, but what is the Mole and how do you play?
Okay, so the Mole is a very unfortunately short-lived show on ABC, where a group of players are brought together to perform tasks. However, one person is the mole. They're there to sabotage everything. So really, the goal of all the other players is to identify who that mole is, and get to the end to win a pot of money. And to do that, they do quizzes based on observational things about the mole, like what shirt were they wearing, what group were they in, and they hope to figure it out because at the end of the quiz, the person with the least correct is eliminated. So you get to the end with 2 players in the mole, and whoever answers the most correct about the mole wins.
So it's really like a detective, like a clue kind of based thing, right?
Very, very 007 spy.
Fantastic. Now, we've seen many iterations of Survivor, and Tyler, you said you kind of helped come up with the gameplay. Is there anything special about Michigan Mole that maybe you don't have to tell me any twists or anything, or is this very traditionally the mole?
I would say very, very traditional, especially because it's the first time we're doing this. So kind of want to keep it, simple and easy, really, especially for us, because like I said, we've never done anything like this before. So kind of keep it simple and then see where it takes us from there,
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned not doing anything like this before. You folks have some experience with live reality games. You played a few, watched a few, I'm sure. So, and especially with the online reality games, the orgs as they're called. So I think you have a production team ready to hit the ground running.
Yes.
Now, even though we had a slight minor setback, of course, with last year, Allison, how has that changed the game, or has it given you more time to prep for this upcoming season?
I think it's given us a lot of time to really help the game evolve. I know personally, listening in on our video chats, there's a lot that we've thought of over the past year that we hadn't thought of last February and last March. So it was able to kind of give us a chance to really plan out those challenges just a little bit better and get a little bit more creative with them. But it's also, we've had to revamp a lot of our cast. So we've had some who weren't able to play now because of COVID, but we've got some new players in and we're really excited to see how it goes. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Personally, I love the cast as well. You have a great collection of people that have played games before and at different varying levels too. I don't know how many new people you have to this community, but there are some great players such as Sabrina jumped on. Hey, Sabrina, can't wait to play. Can't wait to see you play it again as well. So with the change of the cast members and everything, the place hasn't changed, right? Why Michigan, Matt? Why did we choose Michigan?
Well, to be honest with you, I think Michigan was just close to pretty much everybody on production. I was kind of asked after everything was kind of set in stone for the location, and I was like, Michigan is literally like 5-6 hours away from me. It's doable, no problem. I go to Michigan all the time anyway, so for me, it was a no-brainer. I was like, absolutely, let's do this.
I got some agreement out there in the audience. Stacy says, great production. Just figured out how to comment instead of seems like she was maybe the commenter for live reality games earlier. So Shane apologizes for not being here, but that's okay. You can hop on if you still are on, or you can just hang out in the comments and answer questions as they come up too. That would be a great resource as well. So when does the Michigan Mole take place?
May.
I
wasn't sure who was saying it. May 20th to the through to the 24th. So like very, very soon, like next weekend, basically.
And for the people that aren't playing the game, how do people watch it?
We are going to stream as much as we can to Facebook, to our Facebook page, The Michigan Mole. There's no guarantee that we'll have episodes. If we do end up with enough footage and enough confessionals to make episodes, we might try to, put something together. But we're not going to promise anything that we cannot deliver on, especially since our original videographic person is unfortunately not able to attend the game and no longer with us. So we are doing the best with what we can, with what we have. And at very least, we can make a highlights reel and some footage for future seasons or just for everyone's use.
So where again do they find this live stream at?
It is at Facebook, The Michigan Mole. I think it's facebook.com/The Michigan Mole.
All right, everyone. So make sure you check that out. Questions are coming in from the audience. Somebody says my partner has not graded their schoolwork yet, so he is busy tonight. He is actually at a wedding rehearsal, so I'm sure once he gets home, he'll do his homework just like you did your homework. So no worries on that. Ryan is one of our newer players here. Looks like he is super excited to play his first LRG. Ryan, I was super excited to play my first live reality game because you know what? The Mole was my first live reality game I ever played. Down in Chicago, Kirk dragged me out to this random place with one of his friends, and we played a fantastic game. I met a lot of cool people, and really it was my first step into this crazy world that you all live in. So fantastic job, and it was a great game to play and some great characters.
Yes. I'm glad that The Mole was your first game, to be honest. That's pretty cool.
It was something. Matt, what was your first experience with live reality games?
My first live reality game was actually Mayhem. Like full-fledged live reality game was Mayhem Season 1. I did actually play like a Big Brother game in Toronto with like a smaller group of people that I didn't really know through a friend of a friend, basically. And so it was only like 8 or 9 people in the cast, so it was very small. So I wouldn't classify that as a reality game, I guess, so much. But yeah, Mayhem was the first one, and since then I've played in Home for the Holidays, and nothing since then because of, borders and stuff. I've actually had to decline a couple of live games I was cast for because of it. So,
Well, hey, things are looking up, and we should see more on your resume this upcoming year, maybe even next. Sabrina, you kind of read my mind. Let's go a little Red Robin here. Sabrina wants to know what live games production has played before. Let's go in the circle. Courtney, what's on your resume?
My first and only is Mayhem as well. And it was there that this idea was kind of conceived. It started out as mostly a joke between me and Tyler saying, that'd be fun to have one up near us. But we'd want to do something like the Mole because it's, it's not done as much. I wouldn't say it's never been done, but it's not done as much. And then it just evolved into what we have.
All right, Allison, you commented this is kind of like your first gig here. Is this your first live game, or have you played any?
I have actually not. No, Tyler got me in on this production team because I used to be into like doing events and stuff behind the scenes. So I figured this would be a really cool way to kind of step in and at least meet some people, but you never know what the future is going to bring. So
we could have an offer on our hands with Allison. Who knows, right?
All right, then Tyler, I hear you played Mayhem.
I did play Mayhem, my one and only live reality game right now. I would love to play more. Just life's been so crazy with work and this game and stuff. So I would trust me, I would love to play another one. And also finances. I said that I probably wouldn't play another live game until after I got married. So it's probably going to be put on hold until after 2022. But trust me, I'm itching to play another one. But yeah, Mayhem is my only live reality game right now.
Yeah, I know we all kind of took the year off, and that's kind of really how these podcasts and these video interviews started, because we weren't able to get out and play the games or host them. So we really just wanted to dive deep with people and get more buzz about the community out there. So I really appreciate you bringing a new game out here. Even though this is your first one, everybody starts somewhere, and it seems like you have all your pieces lined up, and it should be a great puzzle to finish. So speaking of puzzles, Courtney, you mentioned you're kind of one of the game setters of this, the challenges. Any specific challenges, or what should the audience expect? Is this more puzzle-based? Do you have physical stuff?
It is going to be a good grab bag of everything. We tried to cater towards, like, my profession. It's in a lot of, like, teaching and coaching and learning. So everyone learns different. Everyone has different skill set. If you tell a fish, if you judge a fish on its ability to swim, it's gonna, or, oh my gosh, I screw that up so much. If you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it's gonna live its whole life thinking that's stupid. So we have puzzles, we have physical, we have strategy, the whole game strategy. We have a little bit of everything for everyone.
That's nice. Something exciting to
Mhm.
look forward to. So, folks that are just jumping on this live stream right now and checking us out at Live Reality Games, we are here with the production team of the Michigan Mole, just going over some basics and where we can find out about the mole, get to know them a little bit better, and any sneaks of what possibly they might be dropping hints to. Any hints so far? Anybody? No, I have no idea what's going on. No. Trying to like psych people out there from the ones that are playing. They're like, oh, he said something specific.
I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
They're already taking notes, man. I already know them. They have their little notebooks. They're going. They're sketching out
They've been
something.
taking notes for over a year.
She's not wrong. She's definitely not wrong at all. We're actually really excited just because the amount of questions, the amount of like following up with everything throughout this whole time frame, even like our new recasts and whatnot. Like everyone's really excited, so it makes us even more excited. And I can't wait to see what happens through the game. So.
We already have some friendly competition going on in the comments. Sabrina is begging for some hints. However, Drew here says, don't give Sabrina anything. So.
Oh, my gosh.
A question, though, someone had to ask. Let's see here. Evan Bear's question. Do you folks normally go off just the U.S. mole, or what's your history on knowing the mole? We'll just go round robin again. Starting this time, we'll go backwards. Tyler, what versions of the mole are you familiar with, I guess?
I'm gonna probably get shot for this. I have never watched The Mole, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Okay.
So I'm kind of going in blind, like everyone else. But
well, you got about another week or so.
Yeah.
So.
He's gonna be here before the game starts. We're gonna binge at least a season.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Yes. Thanks for that, Courtney.
Allison, can you back him up? Have you watched an episode at least? Like something?
I have at least watched some. I've seen some of the Celebrity Mole, and I did see a couple parts of different seasons of Mole US. It's kind of what I could find on YouTube, so I was kind of going with the punches there. You never know what you were going to find, but I did get to see some, and it was really cool to watch.
One of those highlight reels. I love those on YouTube. It's like just a season in like 5 minutes. You can get like the basics of everything. Question, we're going to instead jump from Courtney. We're going to jump over to Shane. Hey,
Hi,
Shane,
everyone.
welcome.
How is
Hey,
everyone?
Shane.
Hey, babe.
Sorry I'm late.
So, question goes to you. Let's start back real quick and introduce you to the audience up there. Shane, who are you? What do you do for this? And we're on the question of what mole have you seen, if any?
Yes. Well, everyone, I'm Shane. I am Tyler's fiance. I know I heard him mention me before. I am a member of hospitality with Mary Beth, so I'm just going to be cooking the food and helping out, making sure anyone needs, anything, I'm there for you. And I actually am kind of new to this whole world too. Tyler had me watch maybe 1.5 seasons of Survivor, and that's pretty much my knowledge of this whole realm of Big Brother, Survivorhood, live reality games, things like that. I've watched Killer Camp, which I hear is like a crazy version of the mole in a sense. So I've seen 1 season of that, but that's about it. I'm really kind of clueless here. That's why I said I can come and cook the food. That's about all I can really do to help out. But I'm getting my, my feet wet, and we'll see how this goes.
For anyone watching at home and thinking negatively about that, you are totally wrong. The person who cooks the food, the camp mom, as they're called in most Survivor live games, is hugely important. There has to be somebody to feed the staff. There has to be somebody to do this, do that. Like, Shane, you play an integral part in this whole production. Like,
well, thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel a little bit better. But I think we have a pretty diverse group of production as well. We have the people who know what they're doing, and then we have people who know how to cook, and that's me. So I'll just be there to cook and make friends and get like I said, I'm just gonna get my feet wet and see where things go. And I've already learned so much from the other members on production on their areas of expertise. And obviously Tyler, he's done reality games and all that stuff online with Courtney and everyone. So I've learned pieces here and there, but for the most part, I'm just gonna cook the food and be a friend and a boss if people are misbehaving. So
good. Keep people in line.
Exactly.
Well, we'll cycle back to one of our more expert members of the production team, I guess, from Shane's opinion. Courtney, which mole have you watched, if any? Because I have to throw that "if any" out now too. So,
so yes, I've seen all of the U.S. Normal seasons and Celebrity. And that was a lot of, and I rewatched it like very recently to get ideas for challenges. So if you want a hint, I guess there's a hint. I've also tried to watch Germany a little bit. I didn't get very far.
Is it just the cast, or is it the language barrier? Are you not fluent in? Oh, okay,
it's the same reason I don't watch any version of like RuPaul's Drag Race in which I have to read subtitles. I'm not going to watch it.
I highly suggest The Circle, different versions in the US, even though if you don't understand it, you can definitely hear like massage or alert. Like, I'm working on my French pronunciation, which is terrible. The boys make fun of me every single time it comes on. So, Matt, last but not least, same question to you. The mole, they're looking for hints, of course. Like, what are the challenges going to be like? We can obviously tell who's playing the game already, folks. So, Matt.
They can speculate all they want, sis, but we're not telling them shit, okay? In regards to the mole, yes, mind you, it's been like 20 years, but I did see the first 2 seasons of the Mole US. And the one that I'll never forget, I did watch the Celebrity Mole Yucatan with Kathy Griffin and Dennis Rodman, and that was an iconic season. I loved every second of it. So
yes, it was.
The DMs, I guess, are heating up right now in the comment section. We are having a debate on who's the biggest eye candy. Is it Ben Blood or Sabrina's future husband, her fiance? So only time will tell, people. Like, you got a few fiancés in the room too, so it might be tough competition, Ben.
If anyone's interested, hey.
That would have to be a long distance thing right now, Matt. So until those borders are open.
Shit, never mind.
Anyway, focusing back here on things. When does the game air, and how do people watch? Like, this is the important thing. So back to Courtney. Courtney, you seem to have that question down packed.
Yes. So we are airing. It'll be. I don't know if we'll do much Thursday. The game technically starts on the 20th, but that first evening it's just for everyone to mingle and get to know each other. So we'll be Facebook live streaming from the 21st, which is next Friday, to the 23rd, which is the Sunday. Once again, the game technically goes to the 24th, but players must be out early in the morning. So the 23rd will be the finale. And it will be Facebook, The Michigan Mole. And I do believe it's Facebook/The Michigan Mole.
And you folks are also on some other social media outlets. Matt, tell us about those.
Yeah, so we have a Michigan Mole Instagram account, which, to be completely honest with you, I haven't touched in over a year. So
really? Oh, I tagged it on something.
I forgot we made it.
We
this is news to me.
Yeah, mostly everything's been kind of being done now on Facebook. But we do have a Michigan Mole account. Whether or not we continue to use it, we'll see. I've got a lot going on right now, so we'll see how that goes. But but it is there, so you can follow it. It's at the Michigan Mole on Instagram.
Fantastic. And folks looking in the comments for the link, we will put the link in the description after this when we conclude, which we're just about to wrap up now. But one last thing I want to hint on or just mention, there are theme nights. I read something about that, right? Allison, you want to take this over? What are the theme nights and what, do you remember what they are?
So I believe we have a superhero night. So that'll be really interesting. And then we have like a cowboy western kind of night. It's going to be a little bit more up my alley as opposed to everything else. Then what else did we decide on, guys? We had like a throwback night, was it? Or
Masquerade. Night of Masquerade is one of them. So
yeah, the first
we had a couple.
The first night's Masquerade. Night 2 is Wild Wild Western. Night 3 is Heroes versus Villains. And our final night is Futuristic. And all of these can be interpreted as players see fit.
I'm interested.
So we're going to have some polls too. So.
Yes, I am personally excited for that. I'm having them, because I can't be there, but I'm going to have them send me pictures of everyone who has, I guess, dressed up, and I'm going to do a poll on the Facebook page for the the best costume of the night for each night. So
fantastic. So it's a little bit audience participated too.
Yeah.
Will these polls affect anything in the game or just for fun?
Sheer fun. Sheer fun.
You'll be surprised. Even sheer fun pays out in the end too. You get home and you're like, hey, I won best dress. I won this game. That's all I need. So don't get me wrong on that. So
I mean, it might become something more in the future. Who knows? I mean, we'll see if you'll just have to stay tuned and see what happens from here on out.
Fantastic. Great words to leave on to. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. Quick shout out to our late joiners in the audience here. Jamie looks like chimed in looking like a queen. Okay, sounds good. And then I think that was everyone I got to know. Joey said something. Can't wait for them theme nights. Me too, Joey. So make sure you wear a nice costume to fit in. So
we'd also like to point out that the theme nights are not mandatory. They're 100% optional. We realize that, there's only so much room in your luggage. So if you can't bring something, or you don't have anything, or you don't have, don't want to spend the money on a costume, please don't. You can use whatever you have at home. If you have something great, whatever you're comfortable with, it's not mandatory. It's just for fun, just for some extra, excitement throughout the evenings. So,
I will honestly be an hour away. If you need somebody to run you to a Goodwill or something to pick something up, just let me know. I don't mind driving out, bringing you to Goodwill, grab some stuff for future night or whatever. That's all fun and games.
There you go, everyone watching. You heard it first, straight from the source.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in to this introduction of the Michigan Mole, which is happening very soon. You can check out the link in the description below when I let these production members go, and then they can type, and keep typing in the comments if you have further questions about it. Stay tuned next week too. We'll hopefully be having a little cast assessment, just a little preview about how we know the cast, little fun laugh. We'll take a pick who we think the mole is, who we think the winner is. Obviously, we have no idea. We're not in it. These production people are not going to be in it either. It's just going to be the audience. So, and I'm super excited to see the audience voting for Best Dressed. I will try to root for my favorite. Maybe I know who it is. Maybe I don't. So you'll soon find out. Courtney, you seem to be running this thing. Any final words before we let these people go?
I just want to say thank you, Dustin, for allowing us to do this and really introduce our game in a proper way. And, we cannot wait to the agents out there. We cannot wait to meet you. And if you're not in a game, definitely check it out, watch, vote for your favorite costumes, root on your favorite players, etc. And then maybe apply to a future season.
Absolutely. Everyone, especially this next year, make sure you tune into LRG Casting. It's a group on Facebook that we have all the live games casting right now, so stay tuned for that, especially Michigan Mole Season 2 when that gets out. We all know this is going to be a Season 2 of this, so thanks again for tuning in, and coming up next, we have Survivor New York Cast Assessment, so make sure you tune into then. Until